Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my cosmetology school experience. I get this question a lot and I feel like it's pretty important. So the school I went to was Toni and Guy, and it is located in Santa Monica. I had a lot of options because there is so many schools like Maranello, there's community colleges, there's a lot of stuff, right? So my mom didn't really want me to go to Maranello. She thought it wasn't good or anything like that. She heard a lot of stories, so she was like, let's go look somewhere else, right? So we ended up going to Toni and Guy in Santa Monica, and it wasn't super close to my house, but it was pretty cool. Like, just the drive was pretty cool, except the freeway, but the drive, because you know the difference in the weather from, you know, you're driving and then it's like beach weather. So Toni and Guy is located in Santa Monica at I forgot what you call it, but it's basically by the pier. It's on 5th Street, I believe. So I went there 7 years ago, and the price on Toni and Guy was, I want to say, in the 20,000s. I got financial aid and it kind of helped a little bit, but not too much. So I'm still paying it off now. Let me tell you though, it's really worth it when you get, you know, good education and all that stuff. So I went there. The process began by, they asked me, you know, why I wanted to do it and all those things. So I was really nervous because, you know, I was young, so I was at a point where I was out of high school, and I was super scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really want to do this, or what else can I do, or anything like that, right? But my mom convinced me. She was like, just try it out. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. At least you have something underneath your belt. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try it out. So I applied and everything, and they have you fill out paperwork, and first they have to see how much you qualify for, because if you can't qualify for financial aid at all, or you know, if it's over what you can afford, it's too much. So I actually qualified for, it was a decent amount, and then I ended up getting loans. During the process of being in cosmetology school, it was really fun. I feel like I really got out of my shell and it was a really good experience. So I was there for about 11 months, I want to say, almost a year. I was supposed to finish like 10 months, but I was actually off for about a month because I got into a really bad car accident, and I was, you know, I wasn't able to get to school or anything like that because of the accident. I had a car, and all of a sudden I had to take the bus, and it was just super crazy. So what ended up happening was that when I started cosmetology school, I really felt like out of place. I felt like, you know, I was going to school with all these different kinds of people and everything like that. And it was pretty cool, you know, to just get to know different people, and everybody was pretty friendly. But it's definitely a different environment. You have people of all ages there. It's not just like when you're in high school or you go to college and everyone's almost kind of the same age and you just have a couple people that are, you know, older. No, it's literally like you have people that were like in their 40s, you know, or even in their 50s, and they just wanted to try something different. So I really enjoyed that, and what kind of convinced me that I wanted to be there was the fact that I changed a lot. I felt like I gained a lot of confidence. I definitely felt like it was a good opportunity for me to really open my eyes to what's out there, because when you're in high school, you really don't, you know, you don't know anything, you're not out there, nothing like that, right? So the way it started was, you know, you get books, you get your toolkit. So the toolkit It includes like so many things. You get a blow dryer, flat iron, you get a curling iron, you get your pair of shears. Shears are scissors, you know, the professional ones. And you get a ton of books because they have the techniques, like how they do hair cutting and where to section the hair, if you want a horizontal line, if you want a diagonal line, zigzag, whatever, you know. So they had a lot of different things. You got clips, you got a bunch of fun stuff, and a lot of different kinds of brushes. Like, you know, going into school, you don't think you need that much. You know, people always need like a blow dryer, like a flat iron. I'm like, okay, cool, like it's a blow dryer and a flat iron, but it was like a lot of things. So I felt pretty excited about that. It was like a lot of stuff. I got a little luggage and it was just really cool. So when I got my stuff and I went to school, it was really fun. It's like if you're in college basically, but really fast paced. So you're in class, and you know you're like a freshman, like they call it freshman, like sophomore and junior. So it's different classes up until you graduate. The graduating class and the junior class, we actually get to work on clients, and those are paying clients. And of course they don't pay you, they pay the school, but you have a teacher helping you and, you know, kind of guiding you through the process if you get stuck or if you don't know anything. So the first couple months, like I want to say the first 2 months, it was kind of weird, like getting used to it. You know, I was really young. I had just turned like 18, I think. And it was pretty crazy. I feel like I was intimidated by a lot of different things because it was so unknown to me. So I was intimidated. I believe I was the youngest one in my class. Everybody else was like 20, 21. We had like one person that was in her 30s, another person that was like in her 50s, and you know, a bunch of different kinds of people. So I liked it after the second, like probably the second month. We had a lot of contests. So like the contest, it's like, you know, like we had avant-garde, we just had like a lot of different things that we could do, and they're all like in a mannequin head. And funny story is, one time I got pulled over, and the guy, because my windows were tinted, I used to drive a buggy, right? So my windows were tinted, and the guy, like the police officer, was like, oh, can you open your trunk for me? And I was like, sure, but I don't think you're gonna like what you see. And yeah, sure enough, he was like, what? Like, why do you have so many mannequin heads? And I was like, I'm going to a hair school, so I'm gonna be a hairstylist. I think I want to say I had like about 6 of them, and one of them was like super shaved right here, and the hair on the top was all long, like Miley Cyrus status, and like different colors, and it was just really funny. And he was like pulling them up, like, oh my gosh, like what the hell is this? Freaking Dexter kind of stuff. But anyways, it was really funny, and I get a lot of questions on, you know, how do you know you wanted to do hair? How this, how that? And I didn't know I wanted to do hair. I liked doing hair since I was like in high school. Like all my friends, they were skaters and stuff, and they would tell me like, oh Nat, like can you trim my hair? So like I would buy little razors at, you know, Sally's and stuff, and I'd be like cutting their hair, razoring their hair and stuff like that. And it was really fun. Like it was really fun doing it. And I didn't know that I wanted to do it. I just knew that I liked it, you know. But what I really wanted to do was I wanted to do psychology. I wanted to be like maybe a therapist or anything like that. I wanted to help people. And I came to realize like doing hair is kind of a way of helping people, you know. You hear a lot of, you know, stories and stuff like that, and it's pretty crazy, like all the stuff that you hear, and you can't believe it. You're like, dang, like people are really going through this. And it takes a very special, I think, person to be a hairstylist, because it's not just doing good hair. You basically have to be a friend to a bunch of different people, you know. So a lot of my clients like have been with me since I started. You know, I was like 18 and a half when I finished. Like I was about to be like 19 years old, and it was definitely an experience, and I had to sacrifice a lot when I was going to school. The fact that I had gone into the accident and stuff like that, I had to take the bus at 5:30 in the morning so I could get to school at 8:30 in the morning. And you know, I got so many tickets, parking tickets in Santa Monica. Like the city of Santa Monica gave me a lot of tickets, which was fine. You know, there was times when I was running late and I just had to park it somewhere, and because I was in school all day, there was no way I could have changed it. So a lot of stuff, a lot of experiences, a lot of sacrifice, the mere fact that you're on your feet pretty often and all that stuff, you kind of get used to it, but not really, because when you actually like are in the salon, you realize that you're on your feet way more. You know, there's times when I don't take a break for like 5 hours or whatever, which is fine because I love what I do now. And I think that if you're considering being a hairstylist or you're curious about it, I say you look into it. But let me tell you, it's not just coloring the hair and stuff like that. There's so much that comes to it. There's chemistry, there's psychology, there's you know, the formulating the color. I come to realize that I don't ever use one color on anybody. You know, I use 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 different, you know, shades of color, different kinds of color. Even mixing the color lines, there's so many of them. You really have to have the experience to do that, and that comes within the years. So it was pretty fun. I liked it. I would recommend it if you like doing hair, but most of all if you like making people feel good, if you have patience. Because patience is everything when it comes to doing hair. Sometimes, you know, the hair can be amazing, tip-top, like you love how you did the hair, but sometimes the person just doesn't feel good in here, and if they don't feel good in here, they're not gonna feel good out here. And I think the fact that you are trying to figure it out, you know, and figure out what's going on sometimes, and getting to know people, I think it's very important, because you come to realize, like, you know, people have dealt with a lot, and sometimes they're just having a bad day and they maybe take it out on you, and you have to try not to take it personal. And it is definitely a lot of commitment, a lot of patience and love to your craft, because if you don't love your job, you're not gonna really want to deal with anybody. So that's my advice. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope you guys got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of knowledge from the video. If you have any questions, you can comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to do more videos. I was actually really sick for 2 weeks, and I was trying to do a video on you know, a technique, which I am gonna get to this week, but I was trying to do it and I just couldn't get out of bed. I didn't even work. Had such a bad flu. So if you guys are dealing with the flu, or you guys haven't dealt with it, please take a lot of vitamins, because it was bad. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy my video. If you have any ideas for me, any questions for me, don't forget to comment. Bye.